Washington to Tokyo next. The Paris next. 10 different capitals of the world. Coming directly from the Washington, D.C. And it's not just a nation capital, it's a capital of the world. Incredible. Since we have this satellite system, yesterday I announced Notizia del Mundo will become a national paper. Because we start out from Los Angeles. Los Angeles, we have several million Hispanics. We send this paper from New York to shoot out the satellite, through satellite to Los Angeles. So we have our two papers going to the city of Los Angeles. Washington Times, Notizia del Mundo. Notizia del Mundo will be shoot out, following month to Miami, to San Antonio, or Houston, Chicago, Washington, D.C. Boy, once we are going to have 5 cities, Notizia del Mundo, none of these things has ever done by anybody in the entire history of America. Only 5. So yesterday, when I announced the national edition, everybody was, they just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe what Reverend Mooney trying to do. Because virtually common sense tells that too much. Nobody can afford to do it. But Father is doing it because it's a crusade, but also Father can do it because Father already doing it with Washington Times. We don't have to have another facility. We have 24 hours cable open. So eventually it'll create incredible business. Because the rest of the week takes, we thought it takes about 6 hours to transmit Washington Times and in Washington. It turned out to be 2 hours. 56 pages can be transmitted. 1 page transmission, it takes only 1 minute. 1 minute, what they call, what do you call it? No, scanning. It's scanning, and in laser scan. And the 1 minute, it's already gone. Page is gone. Just unbelievable. But the other side, they exactly receive the same negative, the other side. Just amazing technology. You couldn't believe it. So, Notizia del Mundo become a 5-city national edition. Then 25 million Hispanic people are come united under Father, under Father's ideology. The paper is what the paper doing. Paper doing disseminate Father's spirit and ideology. Then what happened? And then already 1 paper in New York, any senator, congressman, governor who are running the race in New York City, they have to come to our paper, say, please, help me. They need an endorsement from us. Once we have a national paper, 5 cities, all Hispanics are united, then any presidential candidate from 1988 on has to come to East Coast, to get the Father's endorsement. Father already have a policy. If any of those guys show up in the East Garden Gate, let them stand out there for 3 hours. Or better yet, let them serve 6 hour, what they call the God mission, then coming and walking. Probably. In any case, this is going to happen. This is what the Father is saying this morning. You get in there, become a deputy, and controlling, digest everything, and then become a leader. Become a top. That is what precisely happened. And what Father is going to do, what this kind of influence? Straight out the country. This country is going wrong, and this country, unless we have to turn it around, this country is going to be demolished. As it goes now. We straighten up the country's direction. And Father has in his hand the power to do it. Think of it. Washington Times in 10 cities around the United States. And the Notizia del Mundo, 5 cities around the United States. Not the New York Times has that much power. Not the Washington Post has that much power. We literally can steer the destiny of this nation. That's the Father's goal. And every day that goal becomes more and more realistic. More and more realistic. So you see, while Father talking, Father has all these things done already. Going on already. So you see, you just going to IOWC and the state leaders so many years, oh, I'm getting old, I'm getting near 40 now, and they seem to wasting a lot of time. Never. Father just mentioned opening of this speech this morning. You don't feel to the bones clearly that we come to cosmic age. Something important worldwide level can happen. But it's really happening. All right, another example. Father has a World Media Association. Powerful media association gathered together by the give me that letter. Where's the Caroline?
Yes.
Yeah, the letter shown. The letter I gave you.
Yeah.
And the World Media Association conduct once every year World Media Conference. Last year we conducted that conference in Cartagena. Father and Mother and Hung Jin Yim. That was the one final memorial trip Hung Jin Yim took together with Father and Mother. I have a beautiful picture upstairs, and that was the final trip outside of the country with Hung Jin Yim. And during that trip, even Hung Jin Yim really demonstrated spirit of loyalty, saying that really he wanted to protect Father. If anything happened to Father, Hung Jin Yim said, I'm the first. I'm the first to be the bulletproof for Father. No. Bulletproof jacket for Father. He was just every day was serving Father. That was one of the most beautiful scenes to behold. In any case, already the 6th World Media Conference. This year, we're going to have a 7th World Media Conference in Tokyo, Japan in November, after the presidential election, November 19. About 700 journalists will come from 100 different countries. The former Prime Minister Kishi, Japan, who is an admirer of Father, he said he'll be more than happy to become honorary chairman. Former Deputy Prime Minister of France, Dr. Jacques Sustel, is a co-chairman. Ambassador Douglas MacArthur is another co-chairman. And then we have a top people, media people, coming all over the world. We're going to have a most incredible, powerful conference. Power, media power. There's the 3 powers of government. Legislative, judiciary, administration. But there's a 4th power, 4th estate, media. But 4th 3 has a check and balance. Everybody check each other. But nothing check the media. So we're under the democratic system, media is the most powerful. And Father knows. Because Father is the victim of the media. And unification is the victim of media. So what Father is doing? Build able type media on Father's side. When the Father initiated the World Media Conference, nobody knew the purpose. Everybody was suspicious about the success of it. It won't work. Oh, nobody will come. Wrong. After 6 years later, Cartagena, 500 media. This time 700 media will come under the name of the Father. They know this is the Reverend Moon's organization. They will see the multivision, Father speaking. They will see the media movie in which Father is delivering the message. And indeed, these able type-minded media is going to come and unite with Father. Another thing this media conference doing is fact-finding tour. Fact-finding tour. And the father last year ordered me to conduct the 2 fact-finding tours. One is Central America. As you know, Central America is so crucial, right? Another one is peace movement of Europe. Most crucial thing, this is a kind of the Satan hate. That's why Satan hates Father. because Father knows precisely the weaknesses of Satan. Hit it. Central America. Media took down. 155 media go down there, and we took the 4-country tour, including El Salvador. And then last year also we went to Paris. Then move on to peace demonstration in Germany and Berlin. We have the Berlin Wall. And this media would never go that kind of places. It's a painful mode. They write about the communism without even being there. Father said, seeing is believing. No, you can do it. Took them and educated them. So before we took the tour, we're going to give them 3-day culture seminar. Incredible. This media come and learn and culture seminar. And they just start to grumble. Oh, Reverend Moon's organization finally trying to brainwash we medias. That's only first day. Second day, the eyes start pop. Third day, they feel first time the hope of doing something right. So this third world, the fact-finding tour, Father said, take them to Asia. Because after Vietnam War, world media sort of shut eyes about the reality of Cambodia, reality about Vietnam, Laos. We bring the Western media, let them see it. Let them see the tragic reality. What is the defeat is like. I just got one letter today. NBC, radio personality who came to join, this tour. I want you to hear what did they say. Colonel Park, this is just a short letter to thank you for the marvelous opportunity your organization provided me in sponsoring my trip to Asia. I have come away from the tour with the wealth of information and material and so many wonderful memories. The manner in which the tour was organized and the wealth of material provided us in a great credit to your organization. Then said, I'm very happy to report to you that NBC News has tentatively scheduled a 5-part series. I am preparing for the Newsline Extra to run nationally the week of May 14 and 19. It'll be entitled The Front Lines of Asia. Concern our journey into Cambodia, drug control efforts in the Golden Triangle, the Philippines election, Taipei-Tokyo economic axis, and Korea flashpoint of the Pacific. think of it, I have 16 hours of tape to edit this weekend. So I really have my work cut out for me. It was a pleasure to meet you on the tour. Please thank your lovely wife for including me at breakfast in Seoul. Sincerely, Linda O'Connor. Now this NBC thinking of 5-part theory nationwide. Even though Father spent the money, but in order to buy this kind of program, we have spent many times more than what we have spent. Just one person, what one person can do. But this woman was so deeply inspired by Father. This woman in Seoul, when she saw the little angel performing, she just literally cried like a child. We could totally won over this kind of person. But not only this woman, but all 95 journalists, we won them over completely. Father's strategy is working. These people will never say anything contrary, negative to Father. Furthermore, every opportunity these people will fight for the unification movement and for Father. Furthermore, he promotes 5-part series nationwide through NBC. Can you imagine? This is what exactly Father is planning to do and working. This Asian tour has two purposes. First, Western media must the eye open about the Asian facts. Second, let the Asian government come to realization of what Father is doing. We went Thailand, Philippines, Free China, Japan, and Korea. 5 countries. Because of Father's media work already, Washington Times, every government just absolutely opened their door. Again, hear what Father's saying, you get to the top. We go to the top. And they got to see us. In Thailand and Philippines, we go to the top. Prime Minister come and brief. In Free China, China owe Father a great deal. Because China, Free China, without Washington Times, would have been so suffering. That country would have been suffocated. Because Ronald Reagan sort of following the Jimmy Carter's policy as far as Free China is concerned. He just visited, Red China. You know that, right? He just came back. Now, Washington Times, Father ordered, all right, go and criticize the Ronald Reagan foreign policy. So we really bite Ronald Reagan several times, very deep. Mr. Reagan, what are you doing? I thought you were different from Carter. We found it out you're just the same as Carter, as far as the Free China is concerned. Why are you trying to abandon Free China? We just really exposed about the Reagan China policy. Then public opinion started to mold. And there was a talk about a new law in Congress. White House become shaky. They opened the door to sell the new arms to Free China, such as MiG airplane and missiles and so forth. Without Washington Times, they would not get those things. So this time, Father sent the media people Free China. They treated like a VIP, like head of state. From the airport on, we didn't pay not one penny. Government paid everything. Hotels and military buses, everywhere, big sign, welcome. The World Media Association fact-finding tour of Asia, big sign, big banquet. Every government official came, briefed. And final day, they went to take them to the secret military installation. First time. And they said, don't take any picture. That was one painful thing, because that was a so secret area. And they have a flight demonstration, naval demonstration. They want to say thank you to Father. Thank God we have these weapons because of you, Washington Times. So there was a parade. So this sloppy media people, always going around, they were to take a picture and take a note, and that was their job. But this time they were on the parade stand. They were so awkward. They never in their life. The other side of the stand. They're always the other side, they're walking somewhere. So there was Ambassador MacArthur in the front, everybody lined up. There was a parade going, and with the band, and they were saluting to the flag. He said, what's going on? It was just so awkward, these people. But inside, so jubilantly happy. Finally, the president of the Free China, President Chung, met the group. Top, nothing, you can do nothing, you can expect anything better. Then we went to Japan. Japan is truly, in free world, the second largest country in the free world. Entire European nations are far behind Japan now. As far as President Ronald Reagan is concerned, the most important partner is Japan. No question. In 1990, the small country of Japan's productivity will equal to the entire productivity of the United States. That was their goal. So many areas, Japan is way ahead. Automobile. There's a Nissan automobile plant. No man working. All night, robot working. Even the United States have no plant like that. The video, video area, like a video equipment, Japan is way ahead of the United States. We went to NHK, they demonstrated the high definition TV, which is much clearer than the theater movie. They have, now the normal television now 500 lines. This new television, they have a 1,200 lines. 4 times clearer than our television. Incredible. United States still has no answer to that development. Japan is going to commercially produce this kind of film. This kind of rate. It will bring the revolution in the film industry. Nobody will shoot by film anymore. Because it's so cheap. You just shoot on the television and transfer it into video and film. This kind of technology. Incredible. Just incredible. When we went to Japan, we have 2 sort of name cards. One is Washington Times, which is Reverend Moon. So we have a Japanese movement. So we requested the audience with the Prime Minister. Second one is General Douglas MacArthur. MacArthur is a big name in Japan, right? And his uncle, General MacArthur. This is Ambassador MacArthur this time. Ambassador MacArthur was ambassador to Japan. So Prime Minister completely opened the door, immediately accepted the invitation, and we went into Prime Minister's office and have a special interview. Can you imagine? This is it's just incredible. And look at some of the pictures here. By the way, this is the Prime Minister of Thailand, Ambassador MacArthur, Larry Moffat, our representative, and the Defense Minister of Thailand. And this is the Prime Minister of Japan, and looking at the Washington Times and the New York Tribune. This Prime Minister of Japan is giving me very shy, however cordial greeting to me. Very good pictures. I showed to someone, this picture. They asked me, which one is the Prime Minister? They think I'm the Prime Minister. Someone said, someone without knowing his face, without knowing, someone said, well, Japanese Prime Minister is a little taller. Very good. So, we have a big 2-man talk. Prime Minister and Father's representative. I'm proud. As I said, Father said, to become a President of the United States, you've got to demote 1 line down, because you are the sons and daughters of God. So I'm there sitting as the sons and daughters of God. You Prime Minister, you are the one ranked lower. So I look at him with the little dirty eyes. So he's trying to make a point. He's really trying to make a point. I said, pretty good. Pretty good. Then we went to Korea. There's a Korean Prime Minister. Korean Prime Minister. And this Korean Prime Minister, the greeting with the Korean Prime Minister. So, in Japan, this is a top treatment. Nothing you can expect anything back. This is the really power. This is what we mean influence. Now, even a small country in Central America, to see the president, small country, even much smaller than New York City, half size of New York City. But to meet the president, you have to make an appointment 3 months earlier, 4 months. Some ambassador came in and trying to see the president and stay in a hotel for several weeks and go away without seeing the president. That's the kind of courtesy, difficult to see the head of state. But in Japan, they open, Prime Minister of Japan, everybody going to his office, shake hands, and asking all kind of questions. He's making a very important speech. We made the news in front of, right away in the Washington Times. Power. I felt so good representing Father there. Representing Father. That's all our mission is all about. Representing Father. As the sons and daughters of the true parent, meet with the dignity. This morning here, Father was talking about dignity. Yes, I know exactly what Father means. I never lose the courtesy. I never, trying to be arrogant. That's not my type. But still, I want not to lose the dignity of representing Father, the highest man under the sun, highest man in the heaven and earth. I'm representing that Father. How can I not have a dignity? So that was wonderful, wonderful feeling. And then we took them to Korea. Korea, and the media people went to Panmunjom. And Panmunjom, we went up to the North Korean soldiers, and as soon as we arrived, and the North Korean soldiers look through the binocular. They spotted some funny face, apparently very, someone familiar. Apparently that's me, because knowing that the fighting, cows ahead, and the Reverend Moon's special disciple, and special assistant. All of a sudden, about one platoon people come out. Everybody come out and watch. So my people, they're trying to protect me. They're going to photograph you, and they're going to, they're trying to hide me. I said, no, go away. Let them photograph me. Go ahead, I'm here. Okay, I'm Father Representative. Now, you're wrong. You go to hell. I was not afraid. Okay, let them photograph me. Okay, let them look at me. I'm gonna stand there with a dirty look. You guys. All right, we have a man. I'm gonna finish you. That is a Reverend Son Myung. I was saying that. So that's again that kind of feeling. We go everywhere, confront the situation as a father's son. Period. Father's son. I'm a father representative, father's ambassador. I'm going everywhere with the higher title. There's nothing better than that title. That's the kind of feeling. And then we went to see the commonly dubbed tunnel, this invasion tunnel. When the media saw that kind of tunnel, they just couldn't comprehend the atrocity, barbarism of communism. This is why it was really eye-opener. Western media had no idea communism is really that evil. They have absolutely no idea. It's a really eye-opener. That's why this woman, you just heard the letter. She gets so impressed. 16 hours taping. Trying to tell the world about the truth. And incredible. Then there was the Korean military all over the places. Lieutenant, captain, major, come and salute me. Because I was in civilian, I was not military. They said, Mr. President Park, I know you, sir. Oh, you know me? How do you know? Well, you are the military academy graduate in Korea. I also graduated the military academy. So we're the same alumni. Yes? Wonderful. Okay. Then he said, more than that. We saw the film, The Truth is My Sword. You're fighting for the sake of the country against this evil congressman in the U.S. Congress. We salute you, sir. Is that so? Great. Wonderful. That's it. That's not all. One more thing, sir. What's that? Well, we read the Korean newspaper. Now that your son married with the Reverend Moon's daughter. Then say, congratulations, sir. Boy, they look good. They're okay. They're pretty good fighting soldiers. And they were in, helmet and a uniform and saluting and a military academy graduates. And they come to me, saying that I respect you. I respect you because now you are related to Reverend Moon. Not just as serving as a member or assistant, but now your family is related to Reverend Moon. And everybody, Korean people, feel that it's such an incredible thing happened to Korea. It's a Korean event. And the news, every newspaper reported. The magazine reported. All of the country. So everybody knew. One time there was a Sunday weekly magazine having some picture of the blessing of In Jin-nim and also Hung Jin-nim. And they have a special picture and a special... there's a newsstand person said to me, that week, that particular news magazine going like hotcake. And he didn't know why this is selling so well. Now later he discovered, because there's a special picture of Reverend Moon's daughter is get married. In which of course my picture was there too. So everybody knew. So whole country was come to me and celebrating Colonel Park. They don't call me Colonel Park over there. But Mr. President Park, President of the foundation and so on. So we congratulate you. So I really humbly, tell you that what a great honor to be just a member of the Unification Church, to be a long-time disciple and one of the 36 blessed couple. That is already beyond my imagination, expectation. Now that my family related to Father, whole country knows, Korea knows, entire world knows. And this is probably as a member of the Unification Church, this is the highest thing that ever could happen to any individual. Don't you think so? Yes. There's nothing better, nothing more, nothing more. Father gave me the highest honor, nothing more. So, my pledge to Father is just only one. The rest of my life, I give my life to Father. I can live for Father and Mother, for their victory, and die for the sake of their victory. That's all. Simple, very simple. My faith is very simple, very elementary. I live for two things. To report to Father. That's my job, to report to Father. In order to report the good news to Father, you got to go out and fight and create the good news. Good news doesn't come around all the time. You gotta go get it. You gotta go make it. So that makes me run. And in the end, I would like to really give my Father my life so that my life has some meaning. Particularly communists everywhere, in the entire world, trying to attack Father. So many different directions. We all become a part of sort of Father's protective guard. So nothing under the sun can happen to Father and Mother. That is our primary mission, yours and mine, but particularly mine, because I'm already closely serving Father, in East Garden during the travel and every public functions and so forth. So I really want to insert this thing here because I want you to know how I exactly feel. It's so deeply indebted, and Father said, in Korean word, become an in-law to the Father, in-law relation, right? Or in Korean word we call it sadon. Father gave me a philosophy of sadon. What does sadon mean? Sa means, dying, death, 죽을사. That dying, sa means death. It's not really, but there's such a word, and a father pull it from elsewhere, out of blue sky, put it there. And don means da, in an unimaginative death. That means, it doesn't make too much sense in English, but basically what it means, what father is saying, don't try to live your life clever. Don't try to promote yourself. You're going to die in dull fashion, unimaginable fashion, which means die sacrificial. Another way of saying die, live your life and die sacrificial. If you do that, that's the Southern mission accomplished. So we got the philosophy already. So that's the goal. I went to Korea and I explained to that to Korean brothers and sisters. They would just laugh and laugh and laugh, but us at the same time inspired very much. But this is basically what the unification members should feel toward Father. This morning, Father said, no complaint. It is absolutely true. Complaint is a disease. Complaint is a disease. If you're trying to complain, even you become king of the nation, you still complain. You'll say, why this crown is so heavy? Why this, this robe is so thick and I'm so hot to death? Then another way complain. Why you give me so much food and I'm so dying, have so much food in my stomach? Even you become a king, you still can complain. But if you made up your mind to be grateful to God and to your parents, even at the cross, you can die thanking God. Thank you, God, giving me this opportunity for me to be crucified in this fashion. I will not betray you. One time, Father in Korea, many years ago, delivered a sermon. I never forget that sermon. Father said, Jesus at the crucifixion, he prayed, Eli Eli lama sabachthani, which means, oh my God, why hast thou forsaken me? You know that, right? You know that line in Bible, right? Father said in that sermon, if I were in a Jesus position, I would not pray that prayer. It's a tone of protest. I wouldn't do it. I would say, God, thy will be done. Thy will be done, period. I saw when I hear that sermon, there's a messiahship. I see Father was 1,000 times Messiah and over. So that's why in North Korea, Father was in an incredible prison camp, Hungnam. There was not any prisoner can survive more than 6 months. Under that kind of torturous situation, Father never prayed for weaknesses. Father prayed, God, my Father, don't worry about me. I will never be defeated by this suffering. I will never dishonor you. Father said, Father could not pray too hard because God knows already my suffering. How can you ask us to, give more suffering to suffering God already? I was busy comforting Heavenly Father. That's the kind of thing you learn from Father. There was a messiahship. There was 1,000 times more than the Messiah. That's what I learned from Father. That is what Father is. Has been and he is, will be. So complaint is really a disease, like cancer. It's a habit. If you make up your mind, I'm going to live my life in gratitude. Even at the cross, you can be thankful to God. Really. Even in the prison, you can be thankful to God. That's the kind of way of life Father is trying to teach us. Because Father lived an entire life like that. So any one of us follow that kind of footstep, we will be all right. We'll be living great life. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, when we went to Korea with the media, the final night, we invite them to the Little Angel School. Little Angel School. for the school, many of you, and most of you, has not been in Korea. Have you? Only few of you have seen the Little Angel School. Raise hand, please. Those who have seen the Little Angel School. This many. Those who have not seen the Little Angel School. Some more to go, huh? All right. Time will come. Time will come. And Seoul, Korea. You've got to be there one way or another. But you got to learn Korean, though. Anyway, the Little Angel School is really the epitome of Father's testimony. The school eloquently testified what Father's ideal is all about. Just incredible. With a media or a scholar, it doesn't make a difference. Anybody from the cultured world came to see the Little Angel School, they admire Father to the epitome, to the paragon of beauty, paragon of virtue. They see Father as a paragon of virtue. Incredible. So we did that this time, because there's nothing better. Now, no better way to finish the tour like this. So we took them to afternoon, and a little girl came out, and I took them away, and I took the tour of the school. The best and the most cleanest, the most well-organized, most sincere school under the sun. I have never seen a school like that in the United States. I have never seen a school like that in Japan. Not anywhere in Korea either. Only one school. Because Father has a special philosophy to teach the education ideal. 3 love principles. Love God, love mankind, love your country. 3 love. That kind of virtue we teach. And, in order to, now that school becomes so famous, all over the country, everybody has a goal to enter into Little Angel School. Every 1,000 people want to come. We only pick 360. It's an almost small way of, the high school level of Korea's Harvard. That difficult to getting into that school. People come into that school, students come into school, not even one absent. Unless they are really sick and hospitalized. No student want to miss even one lecture. Can you imagine? 100% attendance. Then finally, we bring them to the Little Angel Auditorium, give them Little Angel performance. They saw the dance in Thailand. They saw the dance in China. They thought that was very good until they come to Little Angel School. Boy, Father always said Little Angel dances has something special, something vertical, spiritual. True, nothing horizontal. So pure, so gorgeous, so exciting. Nothing under the sun can move the mind of Westerners as much as Little Angel does. Those medias was crying. There was a Korean dignitary. They saw the 100 media came from 18 different countries. They came to join to celebrate them together with them. And they saw in the middle of the show, virtually, most of them were crying. They asked me later on, what kind of media is that? What kind of soft-minded media are they? So when I deliver a speech, farewell speech, they stand up 3 times for standing ovation. Particularly when I ask them to give a tribute to Father, then they stand up and applause to Father. Every Korean people said, what kind of media is this people? Well, we told them, yeah, they're a special media. Do you know why? The last 2 weeks, they have been brainwashed by me. I told them, and they understood. And really, they were really living the 2 weeks Mooney schedule. IOWC schedule. That was not a fact-finding tour. That was IOWC, Media IOWC. And one time in Thailand, we get them at 5 o'clock for breakfast. And for media world, 5 o'clock doesn't exist. They never know 5 o'clock, what time that is. They never exist that kind of time. First time they learn such hour exists. So they got up 5 o'clock for breakfast and get on the bus and the 6-hour drive to the Cambodia.